I think one challenge that occurs when you're orchestrating partnership is competing partnerships. So, for example, if I make a partnership on COVID vaccines promotion, then I can bet you there will be competing agencies who will say, this is our space. So we have both agreed that promoting vaccinations against the coronavirus are a good thing. Nobody can oppose that. But noble intentions are not enough because the competing interests can often be quite destructive. And we see that particularly in the international multilateral system or between agencies and very often among governments, because governments seek influence through partnerships. Right. Having been involved in orchestrating partnerships, one can say that it is the use of power and resources by partners can have the telling effect in shaping what a partnership looks like and where it heads. So that means that if you bring a lot of resources to the table, a lot of money to the table, then don't be surprised if you have more outsized influence on that partnership. The question then becomes to the poorer and the weaker members of the partnership is, what do they really feel about it, if you like, you see. Nobody likes to be driven by somebody else's money or power or prestige. And yet in reality, this is what happens. It's very clear that both power and money are highly seductive. After all, what is the point of having power and money if you don't use it? Now, that's not necessarily in the true spirit of partnership, of equals. But then again, it's a bit of a myth to say that all partnerships are equal. That is blatantly untrue. That doesn't mean to say that unequal partnerships are, by definition, bad partnerships. Sometimes an effective partnership will be when different members bring different levels of capacities to the table, whether it is resource-driven capacities or whether it's intellect-driven capacities, or whether it is some geopolitical advantage that a nation has, thinking at the national level, but the same is true at other levels. Partnership also means having some discipline. So degree of direction is quite important, but the motives behind the direction given or the motives by which superior capacities are deployed when compared to those who have less superior capacities is quite important in determining the integrity of the partnership and ultimately its moral impact, which has a direct bearing on its practical impact in due course. In an ideal world, power, as distinguished from money, though there is an overlap between the two, let me focus on power. Ideally, in a partnership, the power should be exercised by leaders of the partnership who are neutral and impartial. In good governance terms, they orchestrate the partnership, and the power they wield must be seen to be impartial and not subject to control or influence by other members of the partnership. Now, that is not the same thing as having money or resources, because, as someone has said, money corrupts, and this is very true in the development financing business, where intermediaries for financing, for development financing, they combine both power and money. Now, when that happens, it really requires a character of extraordinary wisdom and integrity. That's why I have come to believe that power should be separated from resources. The way I see it in partnerships for the SDGs and partnership around SDGs, I see fundamentally a confused nexus between resources and power. And separating the two would do the cause much good. Now, how to do that is, I think, worthy of a whole debate by itself.